Happy morning, children. Valga valamudan. Today is Monday, for us marvelous Monday. Okay, children. Okay. Before go to social studies today, there is a small physical test for you. If you have your mobile phone in your hand, keep it down. Laptop, safely keep it down. Yes, just you raise your left hand. Okay. Just you raise your left hand fully. Okay. Then try to bend your left left hand, touch your right ear. Okay. Raise your left hand fully, try to touch your right ear like this. Okay. Are you touched? Yes, very good. So everyone is ready for the social session. Yes, no? Yes. Everybody touched. So you want to listen the class very clearly. Shall we go to our lesson today? Yes, children. See the pictures. What you are seeing in the screen? The first one is a conifer tree, then thick forest, then garden shrub, then a forest plant, here a water plant hydrilla, here bushes, thorny bushes, this plant water plant, and this plant is grown in the area, it have used the moisture, only the moisture this plant is grown. Okay, children, together all these plants, what you are saying? Okay, already we know the natural resources is classified into biotic and abiotic. Okay, biotic all the living organisms, abiotic all the natural non-living things. Here these things are coming the biotic. The biotic factors is classified into two major kingdoms, that is plant and animal kingdom. So here we saw a conifer tree, a thick forest, that is tropical or equatorial forest, shrubs, two water plants, and the plants we use only moisture, and the thorny bushes, all these plants we saw. Okay, these plants come in the plant kingdom, all the creepers, small shrubs, herbs, grass, everything is come on the plant kingdom. So together this plant kingdom, what we are saying in geographical term, it is natural vegetation. Okay, togetherly in geographical term we used that all the plant kingdom. Plant kingdom is a scientific term for the all the plants. In geography we are saying that natural vegetation. Okay, in the sessions you learn the natural vegetation. Natural vegetations refer to a plant community which has grown naturally without human aid and has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time. Yes, children, without our help, our humans' help, which is growing in a broad way and also undisturbed by the humans, that is called natural vegetation. Then second, okay, in your textbook they given about the teacher and the students speaking about these things, handicraft things in a mall or in the market or in the fair. They went to a fair and they are talking about seeing these things and talking about this. The first one is wooden chair, and this cane, we used to cane to make this basket, and this is bamboo, this is palm leaf, and this is coconut shell and other wooden things. Okay, in these ways the wooden things or the forest woods, materials given as a great uses for us. Then now children, you listen about the biosphere. Biosphere is the important sphere because all the living and non-living things interrelated, or a narrow zone for the lithosphere, atmosphere and the hydrosphere we said already. That is natural vegetations and wildlife exist only in the narrow zone of contact zone between the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, that we call biosphere. How this biosphere help us to the natural, that is natural vegetation. In the biosphere, living beings are interrelated and interdependent on each other for survival. This life supporting system is known as the ecosystem. Already, what does the ecosystem means? It is interrelated or interdependent. The biotic and the abiotic. We said that water is a abiotic. How it is biotic dependent, the abiotic I already told. Soil, that is an example. Soil is an abiotic factor. Then animal is a biotic factor. This animal depends the soil indirectly. In what way? It depends the soil because these animals need the plants for their food. So that plants grown in the soil. So the animals indirectly depend the soil. Here that soil also indirectly depends the animal. In what way? After the lifetime of the animals, that died animals turned into humus. That humus make the soil fertile. So soil also depend the animals. In this way they are interrelated or interdependent. Yes, that is I told interrelated or interdependent, that is form the ecosystem. If we like such as you see the fruits, the things we are obtained from the forest, fruits, furnitures, medicines, and now we are using the medicines for COVID also, that is taken from the chincona tree, and books, honey, everything we are taken from the forest. In this way the forest is used for us and maintain the ecosystems. If one is affected, then the whole system also affected. Plants provided us with timber, give shelter to animals. It produces oxygen we breathe. It protects soil for growing crops. It acts as shelter belts, help in storage of underground water, that we saw in the conservation of water itself. If we plant more trees, that helps in storage of underground water. Give us fruits, nuts, latex. Latex means that is rubber, and some medicinal things also that we saw in this picture. The next slide is now factors affecting the natural vegetations. We saying the relief, climate and the ecosystem also. The relief and climate is the major important factor that affect our natural vegetation. Relief, land and soil. Land, we are saying the mountains area, desert area, plateau area and plain area. In that, these are called land reliefs. Okay. In mountain areas, we saw the thin layer of the soil. Desert area fully sandy soil, and in the plateau rocky, and in the place of the plains it have the alluvial soil. So the land and soil is the branches for the relief. Relief is the main land formations, land and the soils. Next one is climate. Climate, how it is affecting the natural vegetation. Temperature, sunlight, precipitation. Precipitation, it needs the very highly precipitation, and temperature, sunlight helps. These the three factors of the climate helps the vegetation to grow well. And ecosystems, already we discussed ecosystem. If it is one is if example, if we poached or if we poach the tiger continuously, means there is no tiger in the thick forest. So automatically what will happen, the peoples without fear they are going inside the forest and they started to clear the forest. Okay. So in the system, in this like ecosystem also affected. If we clear any one thing, it would be affected. Recently we heard that locusts came into Rajasthan. That is due to that a lot of birds already destroyed. The next one is, what is an ecosystem? All the plants and animals in a given area are interlinked and interdependent on each other, as well as the physical environment, forming an ecosystem. In this, human beings are also an integral part of the ecosystem. Then here the natural vegetation is divided into three classifications, that is forest, grasslands, deserts, curbs. These are the three divisions in the natural vegetation. Forest, how this forests are formed? The places which receives heavy rainfall, that places have thick forest and thick rooted plants, that forest. Then grasslands, places receives moderate temperature, scanty rainfall or snowfall, that places grasslands grow very well. Grasses grow very well. We used to say that is grasslands. Then desert, the places which receives very low or scanty rainfall or no rainfall. In those areas the scrub thorny bushes grown. That places we are saying that desert scrubs. These plants have the deep root to sucker in underground water. The next one is the forest. In areas of heavy rainfall, huge trees may thrive. The forests are thus associated with areas having abundant. Next is the types of forests found in the world. Here we are given types of vegetation. Same one. Tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, tropical thorn forest and scrubs, mountain forest and mangrove forest. These are the major types of forests in the world. Tropical evergreen forest, where it is grown, in the title itself they are given tropical. So it is grown in the tropical area. And evergreen, with the word itself we know that it is always green, it is always in green. Then what is the other trees are in yellow or blue in color? So tropical, this forest only green in color? No. How means this evergreen word mentioned, this evergreen, that is always green in color. Every day this type in this forest the trees are shed their leaves every day and grow new leaves every day. So it remains green in color, all green always throughout the year. So we are saying this type of forest is tropical evergreen forest. This area receives more rainfall as well as more high temperature. Then tropical deciduous forest. This tropical deciduous forest, it sheds their leaf particular season or particular period. That time there is no leaves on the trees, the bare trees present. This type of trees are called deciduous forest. Then tropical thorn forest and scrubs is present the place where receives low rainfall or scanty rainfall. It has the spines to avoid the excess of water through transpiration. Then mountain forest, the mountain forest, or we are saying conifer forest because it is cone in shape and it is present in the mountainous area. Then mangrove forest, it is important. Mangrove forest is a kind of otherwise we are saying it is tidal forest. It is present near the oceans or the marshy places. Then next, grasslands. That grasslands where the grasses are grown very well in the area of the moderate temperature. So we are saying that is temperate grasslands. Temperate grasslands means what? Temperate means the area which receives medium temperature or it is not a heavy cold or high hot. Then desert curbs. These places received only very scanty rainfall or no rainfall. In this area the desert curbs are grown. Thorny shrubs and curbs in dry areas of low rainfall. In such areas plants have deep roots and leaves without thorny waxy surface. Reduce loss of moisture through transpiration. As children, the next slides we will see in the next session.